it was really very difficult. I think that I remember one occasion a mother coming up in relation to her son, and I found the consultation challenging in talking to her about her son, because he was only a few years older than what I was. And I just kind of felt that no matter what the compensation or whatever the money may have been, what this woman wanted was her son. And for me to come 20 years after he had died, it was just not good. Sorry. And she's never left me. So as far as possible, we went through it. It was a very difficult time for many families, and I just felt to sit there in front of these exceptionally dignified people, and for me to offer them a bit of paper to sign, and that I'd sign my bit, and that they would get a check. It was just awful. So it was really a pivotal moment, I think, for me professionally. But they were so good. You know, I got a thank you letter, or they thanked me afterwards for absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Just total waste. I may not have met them all. Some of my older men who aren't with us now would have told me as a junior doctor, and would told me stories of all of these amazing people and what they watched them die, and what they died of. But I think my older men were very clever, because they knew I wouldn't forget. And in some way telling me, you know, these men, I say their name with pride. I'm so proud of them. They did nothing to warrant what happened. And yet, you know, families have been so affected that they've lived many years of not telling anybody what happened to them, as if it's a little secret that they can't get out. And that's eaten away at people to think that they can't share what happened. But it wasn't their fault that they got HIV. They didn't deserve to get HIV. They didn't deserve to die of AIDS. But they did. And I stand on the history of the service and remember them. And every time you inject recombinant factor, you remember why you injected. You remember why that such legs gone through in order to get it. And you can't unforget. And I'm glad that I can't forget. Every time there's an empty seat in the waiting room, I think that could have been him, and I could have had an opportunity to look after, but I didn't.